Hi viewers, I am a fellow teacher, Sir Ramin. I go by the name of William Powers. But I don't know. I have on the screen a book. It's from John Van der Waal, and it's a very popular book that is being used to teach uh, mathematics and the concepts needed for teaching both elementary and middle school. Right. This book is the eighth edition, but and I do have the 11th edition, but it's a hard copy. But this edition is a soft copy, so I just wanted to share with you something from this book. And again, we have we have this course, and it's important to be able for teachers to come to some understanding, and it's important to move from a position of I don't know or I thought I knew to a position of oh okay now I get it, right. So um, what I want to point out to you is a section of the book that talks about base 10 fractions. And this whole section is about decimals, but there is a particular section that says, say decimal fractions correctly. Say it correctly, all right? And when we say it correctly, say the name correctly. So we're talking about naming the fraction. And I'll read it. You must make sure you are reading and saying decimals in ways that support students' understanding. Always say 5 and 2/10 instead of 5.2. Using the point terminology, like when we say 5 and 2/10, result in a disconnect to the fractional part that exists in every decimal. This is not unlike, it's just like saying when people say 5 over 10 instead of saying 2/10. All right, so it's the same thing. There's a disconnect that is created when you say 5 over 10 instead of 5/10. This level of precision in language will provide your students with the opportunity to hear the connections between decimals and fractions so that when they hear 2/10, they think of both 0.2 and 2 over 10. And notice I said 0.2 because it is convenient, not because it is conceptually correct. It is convenient to say 0.2 because I could hear 0, I could write 0, I could hear point, I can write a point, and I can write here 2, I can write it 2. Similarly, it is convenient to say 2 over 10. I can write 2 over, that means the 2 is on top and the 10 is below. Convenience, not conceptually correct. But if we want to develop and link the connections between fractions and decimals, it is important that we say it the correct way. So um, 7/10 or 0.7, the name of that is 7/10. And if you go on reading, I hope if you have a copy of this, if you don't have I guess I could um, copy a little piece of it and so on. But if you go on reading, we talk about multiple names and formats. And if you go on reading here, and I want you to just look at the last part down there. The last 2 points are very important. Well, the last 2 points meaning the two red bullet points above. When base 10 fractions are written as decimals, they are usually read in single value. That is like a 0.65, and that's out of convenience, is read 65 hundredths. But to understand them in terms of place value, the same number must be thought as 6/10 and 500ths. So if we want to ramage, if we want to change up the format a little bit, this is how we change up the format. We don't change it up by saying 0.65 is we don't change it up by saying the name of that decimal is 0.65. That's that's out of the question. We don't do that. What we can do is we can say it's 65 hundredths, or if we want to change up that format and still be correct, we can say it's 6/10 and 500ths. So I hope this brings some kind of closure to it. The only way you're not going to agree now is not because you don't like what other people are saying. It's only because you want to now go on gut feeling. You want to reject facts and go on gut feeling. All right, and nobody could help you past that point.